Hello to all my knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another beautiful video. So my topic today is going to be about comparison. And what I mean by comparison is you don't have to feel the need to compare yourself, your attitude, the way you do things, the way you're trying to do things, or the way you're learning things to other people, to other experiences, to other circumstances, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what I learned myself, and not only through like God and my mentors and coaches, but like also through life and experience, it's like, you know how like you're doing like your own thing, right? But I know it's like you want more, right? And then it's like you see other people progressing or further along than where you are, and you know, and that sometimes make you feel some type of way. You know, sometimes as humans, you know, or as people, we tend to like kind of downplay our blessings because the other blessings other people have, we see them as like bigger or better for some reason. Because I feel like that reason is because society makes you feel like your truth or your worth is based on the material things that you acquire in your life, or the clothes that you have on your back, the shoes that you wear on your feet, the kind of money you make, where you work at, all that stuff. And that's what I mean by like all those superficial things does not have a truth in your worth. You know what I'm saying? So what I mean by comparison is like when you're on your own specific journey with God, then it's having or developing that mindset that you're on your own path, you're on your own way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's on their own journey, on their own path, and how further along they are in that path. So there's no need to judge or feel like you have to be critical, or feel like any kind of discouragement keep you from like judging where you are in life or where you're going in life. You know, it's the mindset of like, I'm working on myself, I love who I am, I love where I am, you know, I'm on my own journey, I'm on my own path, and you're falling in love with yourself, not looking at the outside world, but more focusing on your own journey, your specific journey with God, with yourself, where you want to go in life, and being proud of the fact that you're taking action, initiative behind that to acquire these things in your life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like or what I know, it's like when you on social media and you see all these things, don't be so quick to get caught up, like, you know, feeling some type of way because everybody's only showing the good things or like the highlights of certain things in their life. You know what I'm saying? Because behind closed doors, we're all human, we're all the same, we all go through our own situations, our own things. You know what I'm saying? Like, people really don't post about their struggles or their pain or the things they've been through. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly like just the glamour of everything. So that's why a lot of people feel like they have to compare, and you have to be very careful, because if you do not snap out of that moment of you feeling discouraged, you know, judging where you are, where you going, comparing it to someone else's, then you end up doing certain things that you might regret later in life. And what I mean by that is like for beauty, you know what I'm saying? Before, beauty used to be about loving and accepting how you are and how you look and who you are. But then over time, society, you know, program people to feel like you have to buy all this makeup, you have to have all these things to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel desirable or wanted. You have to have the right body, you have to have the right look, you have the right skin tone, the right hair texture, right, all this stuff, you know, and that will cause insecurities in a lot of people who might not have that. That's why beauty in the beginning was accepting and loving how God made you, which you are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Not getting so caught up in this irrealistic reality of what beauty is. We identify beauty within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing with that is I see a lot of women, even men now, with a lot of they put like a lot of makeup and really try to transform how they really look. You know what I'm saying? And what happens with that, it's not only does that makeup ruin your pores long term, but it kind of like it imprints this insecurity as an identity, because that's what really it comes from. You know, a lot of women put so much makeup on and try to be someone that they're not, and then it's just like they're trying to run away from who they are. But this is what I'm trying to tell you: who you are and how you look is beyond beautiful, beyond breathtaking, because God made you a masterpiece. You get what I'm saying? You can't keep comparing your beautiful worth, like that mindset of your true beauty and worth, and kind of like put it in flame because you're giving into false irrealistic realities of society based off what they think a certain topic or concept should be like, kind of conforming people to think and be a certain kind of way. But God did not make us to be that kind of way. You know, that's what I mean. you can't keep comparing yourself to that. And and I see a lot of people, not a lot of people, but now it's like people using all this makeup and stuff like that, but it's kind of like you're not being your real you're not being your authentic self, because it's like you're impersonating a different look that's not who you really are. So what I mean by that is, like, you go on a date with a person, they're looking at you and they're taking this in as a first impression, thinking this is how you really are. But then it's like, if you go home with them, or like you build a relationship with them, you take all that makeup off, then you look completely different than what you did. And now that person now is questioning, because it's like, okay, this is not the person that I fell in love with, or this is not the person that I found this attraction to. Now you look completely different. And that's where I think it's a lot of what you call that, a lot of trouble might come in. Not a lot of trouble, but a lot of situations might come in where there's a lot of argument, bickerment and stuff like that, because now it's like, now it's a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? You didn't allow the world or people to fall in love with who you truly are and how you truly look, because who you truly are and how you look is beautiful. It's beyond comparison. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Also, like, in your beauty, in your life, and your goals, and your dreams, and where you're going. So that's what I mean by, like, don't ever feel like you have to compare anything of your existence to someone else's, because everybody's at a different journey in their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I'm starting off now, I can't compare myself with someone who's on the same journey, but they already been in the game for 5 years. They already went through all the hustle and bustle, the ups and downs, and they're further along. So I can't really expect someone's 5 years. I can't compare my 1 year to someone's 5 years. You get what I'm saying? And we got to learn to be appreciative and be grateful where we are in life and where we're going in life, instead of comparing so much, because it's like you're not appreciating your unique self, your authenticity, your beautiful self that God created you to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, so when you on, like, social media, or when you out and about, or you're driving your own car, or your hoopra or your hoopty, and somebody's passing around like in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari and all this other stuff, understand this, that those people who have those kind of cars, they either work hard for those cars, or they just putting up a front. Everything is not what it seems. 1. 2, you don't have to compare yourself, because you got to remember where you came from in order to know where you're going. So you can't be ungrateful. You can't be ungrateful about, like, where God took you from. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, there's no need to comparison, because you're on your own path, your own journey, and having that mindset that I love where I am because I'm discovering who I am. Where God has taken me, my own journey, my it's just basically about embracing all that you are, not comparing yourself. Because if you continue to compare yourself to other people or circumstances or situations or material things, you will never genuinely be happy. You will always be you become bitter, angry, upset, and then you end up doing things that is like goes against your character. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. You gotta be very careful with comparison. Like, never get so caught up in all this social media that you have to be someone like that. I say this because I had that moment yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I was on TikTok, and I was looking at all these things, and then I'm seeing everybody's views. So kind of like that moment, it's like you're getting sucked in all over again. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be very careful of what you're always looking at, stuff like that. So I was then I began to questioning in the form of comparing myself to other people's views, to other people's journey, whatever they're doing on their channels. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, there's no need for me to feel any type of way, because I love who I am. 1, 2, I'm on my own journey, and 3, this is what God calls me to do, and always understanding that I'm building myself up to them. You know what I'm saying? I can't really compare to nobody, because nobody's on my level, nobody's on my journey. Nobody can say things the way I say it, don't think the way I think, do things the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like loving who you are and having that confidence, like, you like good luck, like you wish them well and stuff like that, and you pray for people and you pray for the best and everybody to be successful. But understand, never take away your all that in a bag of chips, you know what I'm saying, from your journey, because you are working yourself up to greatness. You are working yourself up to your beauty. You are working yourself up to become more than what you already are. So that's what I mean. Be careful with comparison, because at the end of the day, you are more than enough. And if God has you on a certain journey and a certain time frame and a certain path, it's for a reason for that. And it's for you to fall in love in your journey, not compare your journey to someone else, regardless of what that may be for you or what aspect that may be in your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean about comparison, because sometimes we tend to get so caught up, but then we gotta like kind of take a step back and be like, I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing doing my thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so every time I see like a like or a follow or a subscriber, I'm like so like full of love and excitement and joy, and just like, oh my God, it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So I just be so happy and so grateful. It's just for like the simple things, because it's like I know what I've been through and what I overcame in my life by God's amazing grace and His help. So it's like there's no need to compare, because I'm more than enough in all my ways, you know, in everything that I'm doing, because this is where God is taking me, you know. So you can't compare yourself, you know, because comparison will only take away your joy, your happiness, your strength, your, you know, your willingness to continue on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens when you try to compare yourself. It's like you end up inviting negativity and a negative way of being or looking at things, you know, instead of just having that mindset of wishing everybody well and success. Because, you know, if you understand the struggle or understanding what it takes to become successful, then you can't be upset at someone else because they did the same thing, but they're just further along in their journey. You know what I'm saying? You just give praise and thanks to God, because, you know, God is calling them to their greatness, and they're helping so many people on their unique path. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what we have to understand as God's people, that we're all working together to help be a blessing to one another. So there's no point of comparison or comparing yourself or having any kind of jealousy or envy, because we're all in our own path, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's a great blessing from God that we are able to be on our own unique paths. You know, that we're on our way. We're becoming greater. The best is yet to come, and it's really true, you know. And it's like very happy and liberating feeling and emotion that you feel. You feel so free and grateful that you are able to have the opportunity to even begin and embark on this journey. So like I always say in all my videos, I love you, I thank you, God bless you, I'm so proud of you. Keep going, keep fighting, keep striving, keep overcoming. Comment, like, and share, and subscribe. You already know to take the world by storm. And remember, don't ever compare yourself, because you're more than enough. You know, you're on your own journey, and it's a beautiful one at that. Until my next one, peace.